You know, my main takeaway from this movie was I really wanted to watch The Farmer's Daughter. That film looks great. Hey guys, how is it all going? So, as always, thank you so much for joining me for what is my X movie review. Now, I'm a little late to the party on this one because I never had a chance to watch it when it first came out. And ever since its release, it has gained, and this is an understatement, it has gained so much praise. I don't think there's one person I know or I've heard say they did not like this movie at all. That actually, there's a lot of reviews that are putting this down as one of the best horror movies of the last decade, and a lot of people that I look up to on YouTube have said this is their best horror movie of the year, and some of them have even said it's their best ones of the past decade and stuff. So this had a lot of expectations for me, which I had to leave at the door when I watched this movie. I just had to go in, forget what everyone else has said about this movie, and just take it on its own merits and my own opinion. And I watched this the best way possible because I hadn't seen any trailers to this movie at all, and I barely knew what the plot of this movie was. So I really did go into this movie blind. And I have to say this, guys, I loved this movie. Absolutely loved it. And if you haven't seen this film yet, I highly recommend not looking anything up. Don't watch any trailers. Just watch the movie itself. I think you will take more from it than if you've seen the trailers or have read any reviews about this movie. So, to get into the quick plot synopsis of this movie, is the film is set in 1979, and there's a young group of filmmakers that want to make a porn movie. So they end up hiring a cabin next to this farmhouse from an elderly couple. And unfortunately for our group, they end up having to fight for their lives later on in that evening. And that is all I'm going to say about the plot. That's literally all you're getting. So, to get into my positives of this movie, just to let you know, guys, I have no negatives for this film whatsoever. I'm going to start off with the director, Ty West. Now, I have only seen two films of his before previously. House of the Devil, which I really enjoyed, and The Innkeepers, which I really enjoyed. And he has a certain style, Ty West. His films are a very slow burn. Normally, like the first half of his movies are slow. But the good thing about Ty West is he keeps your attention. Like, at no point in this movie was I ever bored at all. And it was the same in his two previous movies. He keeps your attention. He keeps the tension of the movie going. You want to know what is going to happen. Like, everything's a mystery. Like, I'm halfway through this film and I'm literally thinking to myself, what the fuck am I watching? Like, what is going on? But in the best way possible. And I will say, when it hits the last 30 to 40 minutes of this movie, Jesus Christ, does it hit. It is gory as fuck. The kills are great. It just goes full throttle. I was thinking about how I would describe this movie to somebody, and the best version I could think of, guys, was it's like if Boogie Nights meets Texas Chainsaw Massacre. it's, it's the best way I could describe it, really. And I thought Ty West did a fantastic job in this movie. I love his direction. And not only that, the cinematography. This movie looks beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And it really does feel like a dirty, grimy 70s slasher movie in parts. It really does. And a lot of it feels like just a grimy, dirty 70s movie because they're basically filming a porno for the first half of this movie. And it captures it so well. It really does. And also, I've got to get onto the cast. Everybody is absolutely phenomenal in this movie. Everyone is brilliant. No one is better than anyone else in this film. And that goes with the characters as well. All of them are likable. I liked every single character in this movie. Now, you don't get that in horror movies normally. There's always one or two pricks that you can't stand. You know what I mean? Or they're written to be that way. But everyone is likable. And you know just enough about each character to give a shit about them, which makes the second half of this film even more enjoyable because you have no idea who was going to survive, who was going to get out of it, who was going to die. So you're rooting for them all, to be honest with you, to try and get out of the situation that they're in. So that is credit to the writing, but also credit to the actors who performed them characters. Everybody brought their A game and everybody was outstanding. I honestly can't praise this film enough, and I truly do believe the little you know about this movie, the better experience you are going to take from it. I would highly recommend not watching any trailers to this whatsoever. Please go in blind if you can. It's it's probably one of the best horror films I have seen in a very long time. So there's going to be no surprise, guys, that I give X a 5 out of 5. It is highly, highly worth your time. And any movie that can make me feel uncomfortable and laugh and cheer all at the same time gets complete high praise from me because there are so many creepy shots in this. And I never realised just how creepy old people could be. And if you guys have already seen the movie, there's one scene that I just had to turn away. I was like, I do not want to see any of this. And it's the scene where the two old couple are in bed. That's all I'm gonna say on that. I was like, oh no, do you know what? I know where my threshold is now. And that just went above it. I did not need to see that. In my lifetime, I did not need to see that. But it was there. So that's fine. And there's also, just before I go, the kills are great in this movie as well. But there's one particular kill involving an alligator, which I just pissed myself laughing when it happened. If you've seen the movie, guys, you already know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't seen this movie, guys, like I say, I highly, highly, highly recommend you watch it. And it's made me quite excited to watch the prequel Pill that I think's already been released now, hasn't it? So I can't wait to watch that. So, guys, let me know in the comments below. Did you enjoy X? Have you already seen Pill? Like, let me know what you thought of that movie. Did you not like X? Do you think it's been overhyped? Whatever your opinion is, guys, it's always safe to leave a comment below here. It's always a pleasure hearing from you. And, as always, please take care of yourselves and each other. And I will see you again real soon. Take care, guys. Goodbye now.